guys, welcome back. I'm out at my boundary gate again, just doing a follow-up video from the fence post replacement I did the other day. See, this gate here faces my other neighbour. There's 3 properties adjoin here, and I haven't done anything with this post. While we were mucking around with it the other day, I noticed that the hinge had fallen out the bottom. This thing goes in the bottom of the post down here and up into the tube there on the end of the gate. The gates always have a vertical tube, and that little post there goes inside that tube. Trouble is, these bolts in that post aren't very successful. What I'm going to do is a bit of blacksmithing today, and I found this old bolt out in the back of my shed. What I'm going to do is make the head of it the same size as that pin, so that'll go up into the bottom of the tube, and then I'll hammer out the end here into a spike that I can hammer into the post, and I'll turn a 90-degree bend in it about here so that the head points upwards. Sounds simple? Let's go and do that then. I'll just quickly explain my forge. If you guys are interested, I'll do a more detailed video. It's basically looks a bit like a barbecue. It was built specifically to be a forge. I've got a 240-volt vacuum cleaner down there, and that hose, you can see, is taped onto the output, not the input, so it blows, it doesn't suck. Some people might disagree with that. And it goes into a pipe on the side here, which goes up underneath the fire, so it blows up from underneath. That's about it. I've got a variable resistor over there, so I can turn it down. Full speed, the vacuum cleaner is way too much air. It blows the fire away. I burn charcoal. You can run them on coke, but around here charcoal grows on trees, so it saves me having to go out and buy coke. Let's light her up and see how she goes. Wind always blows back into the shed when I light this. That's about as low as the vacuum will go. Barely runs. We'll give that a few minutes to get going. I'll bring you back when there's something interesting to watch. Now, the keen-eyed among you would have noticed that bolt was galvanised. I've just gone and hit it with the flapper disc and knocked the majority of the galvanised off. Obviously I can't get it off the thread. The safety police among you would know that galvanised in a forge does not go very well, makes a poisonous gas. Even though I've got my forge outside, I just thought I'd take the safe option and just clean it up a bit. The rest of it can burn off while it heats up. I don't know whether you'll see it in the video, but you can see the green gas on that. That's the galvanised burning off. I will leave that in there. That's pretty red. Let's get a bit more to get the galvanise off. I think that's hot enough. Let's go over to the anvil. There's an air swing. Time for another heat. Just to save me trying to measure that while it's red hot, that old one almost goes in the hardy hole there. So if I make that one small enough to either go in or almost go in, that'll do the job. Be on the end there. more heat. Fair way to go yet. That's the drop test. I'm just trying to stop the bottom there mushrooming over too much and make the top flat. Too cold. Let's go and give it another heat. One more. We've pretty much lost the dome on the top as well. Where'd my hinge go? I think one more go. It's got about a millimetre or two to go. By eye, that's pretty close. If I need to give it a whack with a grinder I can, but it'd be nice if I can just forge it. What I'll do now is heat up the other end and make that into a spike. That'll do to get started. basically make this into a square, that way it can't spin around. Not that it can spin around anyway. Maybe get a bit more heat up here now. The channel I like to watch is called Black Bear Forge. I'm sure if you search for him you'll find it. Nice guy, he doesn't know me, but he does really good lessons. Just teaching you how to make stuff and talking about safety and different things. So if you want to watch a proper blacksmith, go and find Black Bear Forge. I'll put a link in the description. These aren't really the right tongs for the job. So we're all right hanging on to the plain round end, but trying to hang on to the bolt end or the head end is not really it. I need bolt jaw tongs, but I don't have any. So when you've only got one or two sets of tongs, they all start to look like the right one. That's the drop test again. Starting to get close. Straighten her out a bit. Got one more heat, I think. I think that's getting pretty close. I don't keep dropping it. What I'll do now is heat it up in the middle here and figure out how to bend it. Perhaps in the hole, hardy hole there, maybe in the blacksmith vise or leg vise. Let's get it hot again. Here's my poor man's bending fork. It's just a piece of bar bent into you, clamped into my leg vise. My leg vise is just bolted to a great big hunk of eucalyptus tree. I think it used to be spotted gum. Lasting fairly well inside the shed. Heavy as buggery. So I'll just get the bolt. Just got a piece of old tube. Not quite sure what that used to be. And I'll stick that over one end and that'll give me a hand bending it. About there, I reckon. Set my something like that. Now I reckon, where are we? We can hammer that into the tree or the post. I'll pre-drill my hole, something around that size there. We'll see what happens. I reckon that's going to be close. And if it doesn't work, it's going to be an absolute bastard to get it back out of the post. But hopefully it won't come to that. I don't think quenching this steel will cause it any problems. It's just mystery bolt steel. If it was high carbon steel or some fancy stuff, it would get hard and also brittle. The alternative would be go and have lunch and wait for it to cool down by itself. There we go. So that's, you're in the shot there. That's basically what I come up with. Should be able to hammer it here, drive it into the post and slip the gate down over top of that. Of course I could have gone and bought one of those from the hardware, but hey, we're in COVID lockdown, not allowed to go to the hardware. It's always fun making stuff. Let's go over to the gate next and put it together. We might have to take that one off because of the length of that, because I can only lift it up that far. Want to hold up the gate for me? There we go. Tricky part's going to be putting the bolt in the right place. Can't drill much lower than there. That's where that's going to go. It doesn't fit on. It's too big.
At the top there?
Yeah. I'll have to make it a bit smaller. Okay, I just ground it down a bit. Forgot to push record. So that's roughly the size there, which is about 25, 26, 27, 27.2. And that goes over there almost exactly. Might be a couple of high spots. I reckon that one had a bit of clearance, so we'll make it fit one way or another. Back to the gate. I had a feeling my neighbour would check. He's down there trimming the fence line. He never does that. I'm sure he'll work his way up here and say hello. Let's get that bottom pin in. I don't know whether I caught it on the footage. I'd take about 1/2 mil off all the way around. Now it goes in like dangling a string in a bucket. Have I heard that expression before? It goes in really easy because the post is fairly rotten. Now I brought a little block with me because Mrs. Shed didn't make it back. So someone else will have to hold up the other side. Alrighty, that's got those bolted up again, all done up. That's nice and close down the bottom there. Got to give it a test, of course. Opens up, doesn't pop out the bottom. Let's just see if it swings the other way. Yep, goes both ways, no problem. We've got a bit of wire on the bottom here to stop our dogs going underneath the gap. Thanks for watching, guys. Gary did come up to say hello. Funny's heading off now. Maybe he needs a wee up against the tree. I'll leave him to it. We'll see you on the next one. I can't really see you. Wait. Off you go. Good boy.